Okay, welcome back to Let's Play Baldur's Gate 3. I am still in the middle of pop-in. We are looking for Thrombo because I have taken the
Need to find a way forward.
more roundabout way to solve these issues, which is I am going to go find Thrombo. I am not going to do what the mummy wants me to do. Oh, this is where we fought the Sahagin. We should go... I mean, I could save this for another playthrough. I probably won't do another playthrough for a good long while because, oh my god, this is a long thing. Which gets to something I wanted to talk about this time while we're looking for Thrombo. And that is... that... Let's go talk to Glorissima. Might be a scam, but...
Please, sir. Please. It's for my son.
Interesting. That's an archaic spelling of sir.
Any amount at all.
You won't let me give her money? Come on, game.
Please, kind sir. Can you spare a few coins to feed my son?
Okay, let's go back to looking for that. Anyway, so there's a lot of games out there that flaunt just, oh, look how many hours of content we have, yada, 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 yada. And yeah, that's cool. That means lots of playtime available to it and stuff like that. But the tendency is to put it all in a single playthrough. So like one playthrough is hundreds of... why is that blocked off? One playthrough is over 100 hours. Like, I am up over 200 videos on this. I think I'm around 230.
Shouldn't go wandering in dark alleys. Very dangerous hobby. Gets people killed.
Uh-huh.
Wait, you're Farling's friend. She said to let you in.
Oh no, we've stumbled on another side quest.
Funny little gnome she is. Always laughing at me. Even when I don't joke. Come, I'll let you in. My pleasure.
Okay. Anyway.
In you go. Before I change my mind.
Sledge pet effect. These look like dead doppelgangers. Skeeve, Stabwell, Sparks, Muskgravel, Sledge Petifek,
No one to threaten. No one to
Terse
intimidate.
Torvald.
Waste of a good alley.
Anyway, so like this game, it's brilliant. Lots of things you can do. Lots of stories to be told. I haven't even done them all. I have skipped things. And there is still, you know, hundreds of hours of stuff. Legit amazing. However, I have not even finished a single playthrough. And, I mean, it's not... That's not like on the developers. The developers did what they did. This is kind of standard of industry with RPGs and stuff like that. You put all the side quests, all the companions, all the plots, everything is available in a single playthrough, which is cool in sometimes. But it makes for a decidedly long-running game. Hugely long-running, I mean.
I wouldn't say I'm certain, just optimistic.
And oh, the Pear Tree Estate, that's right. Okay, we are kind of wandering off of where Thrombo is usually found, so let's keep going in like this. Anyway, so an idea I had is like it. I mostly want this for an. I mostly. Oh, here's the 2 dead tieflings I should absolutely be able to resurrect, because there is a 12th level cleric here who has 2 5th level slots that she could resurrect both these people, and we have well enough resources to buy 500 gold piece diamonds. Ugh. But this is a computer game. The computer game does not like to have its computer games. D&D computer games do not like to have their narrative broken, so they try to ignore that resurrection magic is a thing readily available to parties of this size, of this level. They much prefer to the idea that death is death. Yeah, there's a lot of dead stuff in there. Anyway, back to my thing. Okay.
Let's get going.
So,
What exactly did you see?
Couple turns should do it.
what I like is, like, say you choose, let's talk in the urban fantasy thing, because there's not enough party-based urban fantasies. Let's say, yeah, that's gonna be good. Let's say you choose your past, your background to be like, let's say, teacher. And regardless, and having a teacher background creates certain possible,
Keep going.
is like adds a tag that makes it to
Trap.
certain
Cautious.
certain storylines are capable of showing up that you wouldn't otherwise have. Like, if or certain companions, certain storylines would show up as a teacher that wouldn't show up as a, let's say, a police officer or whatever, ex-police officer. Didn't I just disarm that? Okay. And choosing what type of creature you're going to be, like vampire, werewolf, Nephilim, or whatever, also changes what stories you're going to get. So okay. As a character, this is the idea I have: that the tutorial is part of the character creation. That you start off as somebody who's like on the cusp of changing around the way their life works. They have lost a job. They're wandering. They are just, college student wandering here and there, or they've lost their job recently, or they've quit. They've decided to move on, stuff like that. Now, you're traveling. You're going somewhere, that sort of thing, and you stumble across some sort of supernatural event where you end up having to work to survive. Yeah, and in that you get taught, basics of like investigation, dialogue, trees, stuff like that, because you're going to be dealing with, there's a lot of fireworks here. Okay, we do not want to carry the box of fireworks. Send to camp. There's a lot of stuff here I should send to camp. Anyway, you start off choosing, like, design your character, make them look male, female, go through the character creator, change their nose and all that, change their voice, choose like what their background is. Oh, there was a secret way into that? Seriously? Okay.
Better not be cursed.
Anyway. You're choosing your mortal, mundane background is one thing that chooses what sort of storylines you're going to be dealing with, what sort of side quests, and probably some companions, because you'll have some companions like, oh, I'm your old friend from the job that you left, yada, yada, yada. Or, if your teacher's like, oh, yeah, you used to teach you used to teach my kid, or whatever. That sort of thing. People and it'd be that set of companions could possibly show up. During the tutorial, you end up choosing what sort of changes you undergo to survive the supernatural or become supernatural, whatever. I like it in the idea of like Titan Quest, you choose 2 masteries, and this cases would be like, let's say Hunter, where you just go full on Dean Winchester and dive into the idea of I'm just going in circles. Dive into the idea of being the monster hunter, or you can go like Final Girl, which probably would be called Survivor to be gender neutral. And then you're less about killing monsters and more about surviving attacks. But you could do Final Girl, or Final Girl Hunter, or Final Girl Vampire. So yeah, you became a vampire. You're still very much about that. But anyway, those choices of which type of abilities you're going to lean into would also determine what some of the sidelines you get. And the main threat would be maybe one of 2 or 3 different things. So is it over here or over here? Yeah, that's the mansion. Okay. So let's go up here. I know I saw this guy in this area. Let's... Yeah. And then you would also have different companions based off of what your choices were. So like if you have Hunter, you'll have different set of companions, and then if you would have Vampire and Vampire Hunter, same as well. And when you go through a run, the different side quests you have available and the different companions you have available varies from run to run. Maybe each run is 20-30 hours instead of 200. And then you still have hundreds of hours of gameplay, but it's split out over multiple runs, and replayability becomes more a thing. It's like, oh, replayability is amazing. It's like replayability is not amazing when when a one run takes you hundreds of hours. Astound to the lesser, astound to the greater, salamander. It is so getting down to shorter runs like the 20, 30, 40 hour runs that role-playing games used to be.
Great, isn't it? These are just cantrips. I can keep this up all day.
Hey, you're a dragon sorcerer. And yeah. And then you don't even maybe which companions show up from your collection and which side quests show up might be a little bit randomized. So even like all of the veteran side stories, veteran companions and veteran side stories, there's a lot more than will actually show up in a single run. And then you end up with semi-unique gameplay things. And my brother, when I was talking to him about this idea, kind of pointed out that this is kind of how City of Heroes and a lot of MMOs work, because you end up choosing your contacts and going through different stories, and you level up past other ones that you never end up doing.
Too close. Do you want to lose your eyebrows?
Uh-huh. And
Stories, get them right here.
anyway, refugee. So how do I end up finding this Thrombo? So anyway, and then you have a run that goes, a weekend rather than half a year. And I know I could marathon this and get it done much faster, but yeah, I would like to have like a game that you can get finished in a weekend as one run and then replay it. And like I said, MMOs are kind of like this. The only thing MMOs would do differently than I would say is that all of the stuff is available like in a CRPG single player, but you end up choosing some a little bit, and you're not expected to do all of them in a single character. So you can choose different character directions to go with each time you replay. And what I would just do is say the ones that show up in your run depend on your character creation choices and some randomization. So like if I and the powers you would choose would depend on what choices you made. Like I would say if you have vampire, you have some power ability options that only appear if you take vampire as both your options. Whereas vampire hunter would have some abilities you can only take if vampire and hunter are the two choices you take. So each combination has some uniqueness to it, but they all also have some general things, like all vampires have this set. So you don't feel like you lose out like by multi-classing, as it were. Or single classing. Multi-classing would give you a wider variety, and single classing would narrow you down. Those swings and roundabouts. Anyway, so yeah, that's kind of what I want. Yeah, I want the hundreds of hours of content. I just don't want it all in a single run. Wildermyth is another good example of this. It is a procedurally generated game where you have different events that can show up at random based off what tags. There's an increased chance of one or another showing up based on what tags your characters have, and they can get new tags in the course of a story. But this is locked.
So what can we do about it?
So that's another thing where a campaign of Wildermyth takes is it Shift C? Okay. But there we go. A single run of Wildermyth takes, I think, 10, 15 hours, maybe a little bit more. But there are hundreds of possible things that can happen. There is so much potential. For what could happen, the different kind of events that can happen in Rags and Breezy Sandals. Right.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Why is... Wait. Are we all inside? So yeah, that's kind of what I want. I do want the hundreds of hours of gameplay, the replayability, but I want an individual run to be so much smaller. Cool. Come on.
Once familiar ally, now apparently.
Oops, accidentally talked to Kira.
There.
Yeah, but that is generally what I was saying.
Ready.
Is I want a what was the perception thing for? It wasn't for the rags, was it? Breezy Sandals, Joel's chess key. There it is. I guess I'm gonna have to lockpick it. I guess this isn't Joel's chest. But yeah. So, like, these long games, occasionally, yeah, no, this is a good idea for sometimes. But having these exist is not bad. Having these be the only thing that exists is tiring. Having a game that you can play a single run for hundreds of hours, or over 100 hours, I should say, is interesting. It has some potential. mantras of and meditations of the Sun Soul. But it is just the Nintal letter from Silaj. So I know you're absolutely unforgivable when it comes to shopping for yourself, so I've sent some victuals that can see you through a whole season if you pace yourself. Do it for me, I love you very much and will be home for a long visit before you know it, God's willing. Will you tell Cathora I say hello? I already sent Uli your love 1,000 times over. Okay. This doesn't seem to be anything. Anyway.
Nice and quiet now.
Yep. So,
Everyone has to contribute, my darling. We all have to take care of each other. Once the washing
let's
is finished,
unhide.
you can play all you like.
Okay. Yep. It would be very, very neat to have something that does replayability in that regard. Instead of like one huge dang story arc that goes on forever, have a bunch of potential stories that are designed, credited, so you know who wrote what.
There's a rising. It's clear not everything you find is at your disposal.
What? I didn't take anything.
In my opinion, we should have a still watch in every Baldurian home. Why? I'm glad you asked. It'd certainly help with the dishes.
Really?
Okay, after the joke, you're not.
I guess you don't know that all of them are sort of falling apart now? Anyway. Let's go over here. I think he just wanders around the city, unfortunately. And we just had the luck to find him once.
I wouldn't mind doing a little shopping in the city.
Same. I think I may have overdone it with the black and purple for, my entire life. Your look serves you well, though.
I'm 10 years behind. Don't want the youths to think I'm not, up with the times.
You think
Car-
you can do better?
Karlak and Shadowheart are talking about fan of fashion. I love Shadowheart there. I am done with the black and purple for, my entire life. Ah. What is this? Okay, that I think goes out into the city. Yeah, that goes out into Wyrm's Crossing.
Admitted to the city must be surrendered.
Okay.
All livestock is now property of the Ducal Council for the duration of the ongoing.
Okay. I think we might end up going ahead and doing the House of Grief. Thrombo is going to be one of those things that we have to find him. And he is not easy to find. So I am going to go do a long rest and going into the other place. And we're going to do another video in a little bit.